Hey DIYers, Dylan here with Alarm Grid. Today we're going to review how to disable dual path Wi-Fi connections on your IQ4 panel. So the Wi-Fi is an optional path for communication, so it's not necessary. But if you did want to connect it and have it also send out signals, by default this will be dual path, meaning it's going to connect to both 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. The majority of networks now are dual path. But if you want to specify which one it does connect to, we're going to review how to access that and select that option. Okay, so we have the IQ4 panel here. We're going to access the Wi-Fi menu to disable dual path connection. So to do so, top gray bar, settings, advanced settings. We're going to enter in our installer code. 1111 is the default. We have the Wi-Fi option right there, so we will select Wi-Fi. Now we've already connected this to Wi-Fi and we have another video showing that connection process, so be sure to check that out. If you're not seeing any of the networks listed here, you want to make sure that the activate Wi-Fi option all the way over here is selected. So if you have a green check mark, you're going to have the available connections here. And again, we've already gone through the process of connecting to our Wi-Fi network, so it is connected, showing good signal. But now let's say we don't want it to do dual path connection. So for this, we will press Advanced Wi-Fi Settings, Wi-Fi Advanced Configuration Band Steering, and right here is where we get that option. We have dual band, which is the default selection. So that means it's going to connect to either the 5 gigahertz or 2.4 gigahertz network. But if we want to specify on which it's going to connect to, it's as simple as just selecting the option and pressing OK. And there you go. So now we are connected to the 2.4 gigahertz network. We can go back in to verify that. It is still showing 2.4. If we want to go ahead and go to 5, and just like that again, it's very simple. We'll go back in to verify, and that is us choosing which of the networks we're wanting to connect to, which frequency we're wanting to connect to. And essentially why you would want to select either one. Again, dual band works fine, and majority of new networks are going to be dual band. But if you have an older network, that's usually going to be 2.4 gigahertz only. And the difference between 2.4 and 5 is 2.4 offers a longer range, but transmits data slower, while the 5 option is essentially the opposite. It's going to be faster transmission, but a shorter range. But if you have dual band selected, then you don't really need to worry about that, as it's going to pick whichever is the most reliable and send the signal out through there. Just to say again, Wi-Fi is an optional path for communication. It is not needed, but if you do have this enabled and connected, then when an alarm goes off on the panel, the cellular portion is going to send out that signal, and the Wi-Fi portion will send out the signal at the same time. Whichever signal reaches alarm.com quicker is what's going to be acknowledged, and alarm.com does show how it did receive the signal, either through the cellular connection or the Wi-Fi connection. So good to keep in mind. It is there if you want to have that set up as well. If not, the panel still works fine on cellular only, but having the Wi-Fi enabled and connected is always a good idea. Okay, and that is how you disable dual path Wi-Fi connections on the IQ4 panel. We went through the menu option to get to that setting. We saw that we can select either dual path, 2.4 gigahertz or 5 gigahertz. And again, majority of networks now, especially if you're getting a new router, are going to be dual path, but if you want to specify which one this is connecting to, you do have that option. If you did like the video, please like the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and hit the bell icon to be notified about any future videos we release. If you had any questions for us, feel free to contact us. Our phone number is 888-818-7728. Our email address is support@alarmgrid.com. And if you come to our website, www.alarmgrid.com, we have a live chat option on there as well. So feel free to use any of those to contact us, and we'll be happy to assist you. Again, my name is Dylan from Alarm Grid, and thank you for watching.